Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode with me, Angela, at To Restore You. And I promised that I would do a tutorial after doing this flip through on a 4x6 flip flap that I created out of wallpaper sample remnants. And so I thought we would start by creating and showing you how to actually make this beautiful, lovely little piece. And then we'll take a pause and we'll do part 2, and we'll start to embellish it and make it beautiful, because I decided to do an extra little challenge, and these are my 2 wallpapers that I chose. And so I thought, well, while I'm at it, everybody needs a challenge. I have some new tools I want to use. So we are going to do a monochromatic look, which I like colors, so this is going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I do have a stencil that I want to try out from my bundle from National Scrapbooking Month from Close to My Heart. So we're going to try that out at some point. And then I decided I used papers from, as you hear me talk about all of my favorite paper bundles and more. And this is one of those books, and it is jam-packed. This is for the love of floral, or a love of paper florals. And I pulled out a bunch of black and whites that we're going to use specifically for this project. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So now remember, you don't have to use wallpaper, but I was just recently gifted a whole lot of wallpaper samples. And so I am going to be using some of those today. But I just grabbed this one out at the last minute. All of the papers are different and different sizes, so it will just depend. But for this one, I'm going to make this particular one. This last one I did is 4x6. This one I'm going to do 5x7. So what I did is this is 16 by 17 and a half. I've already cut it down a little bit, so I need to actually trim these down. Now, I will tell you that if I don't have my guillotine cutter up here, so we are winging it, and I am just going to use my handy dandy ruler to tear these, and it works perfectly well. One of the reasons I like to work with wallpaper samples is because it just works so nicely. It's easy to fold, easy to work with, easy to tear, and most importantly, it was free. So how can you beat that, right? And I'm working on a bunch of projects for our camp, Be Your Selfie, which we'll also have as workshops on To Restore You. It's torestoreyou.mykajabi.com for girls. It's empowerment, mindfulness, positivity, and one of the things that we are focusing on is recycling and reusing things, and being good corporate citizens of the environment. And so this is one of the things that we're going to use is wallpaper sample books. So I'm really excited. So stay tuned to that. So what you want to do right now, this is 15 by 6, and I want basically 3 flaps. So I really need it to be 7, or each one to be 5 inches. Approximately. Let's see. But I want a little bit to hang over. So what I did in this one is I made it so I could use the back of it, and then this would go inside of could go inside of a journal. I think for this one, we'll just make it, to make it simple. Let me just measure here. I need to get rid of some of these. I've got these on here to hold my paper down because it keeps moving all over the place. 12. This might be less than 15 because I've trimmed it up, so, but it should be. Okay, it is 16 right now, so let's just take an inch of it. And we'll use that. And then let's make sure this is, okay. And I did change my mind. I realized when I was creating this. So this will really be 5 by 6 because I thought 5 by 7 was a little too large. I forgot. I changed my mind. Okay, so now we're just gonna fold it. Let's see. I don't know. This is not the way I did it last time, so we're just kind of rolling with it. So in half, let's see. I want to make sure that these are all even, so let's see. This is why I didn't do it that way last time. You guys can really, you could measure this perfectly. I did not. Gosh darn it. See, this is why. Okay, let's just do this. Ah! 5. I don't think this is going to work if I do it that way because I don't know. So we're just going to do it this way. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. I'll measure it when I'm done folding. And I'm going to actually fold this. No, we'll fold it this way to begin with. But you can tell just by watching how easy it is to fold. Okay. Let's just make sure this is all fairly close to the right size. And let's see what we end up with. So we're essentially at 4.5 by 6. Okay, I'm writing that down so I don't forget. 4.5 by 6. Okay. And then we've got the extra little one. And then we need one for the top as well. And I'm kind of thinking, because this is really dark, that maybe we should use, no, we're going to use all the same because that's what I did before. And we're going to make another one of these exactly the same way. Let me see. And this one I want to cut off. So if you understand what if you can see what I'm doing. So this is going to be the main part. We're going to attach this part to make our flip. And so we need to make sure that it is not cut the wrong way. So we're going to cut that at whatever it's supposed to be, about 4.5. We're eyeballing it. It's fine. It's fine. Today we had big garbage day, and this last weekend, which I totally blew off because I had all kinds of stuff I could have been getting rid of. But at the last minute, I cleaned out my garage, and I have like a small pile of things that need to have they need to go back to their original homes. But I wasn't inspired to do that, so I decided to do this instead. All right, so now this one is going to attach to this, and I need to make a decision whether I want it to be inside like this, or if I want it to be, and this is just a personal preference because you're going to cover all of these anyway in different ways, shapes, or form. So let's see, I think I'm going to do it this way. No, I'm going to do it this way. What am I doing? Turn it over. It's the hardest part of the whole project. Okay, so now let me get this up here where you guys can see it. So eventually, let's do it just an inch. See if that works. We can do less if we need to. And then I'm just gonna do 2 folds here. So I'm just gonna do the inch right now so we know. So that will go there, and let's just see. We're gonna bring this down here, even. So now this will fold up and be like that. And so we have some extra. So we just need to close it up, cut that off. I'm gonna cut this with my, all right, hardest part, done. Oh gosh, I put it, there we go. And I put all my scraps aside. People always ask, how do you do this when you're working on your projects? And I will tell you, I have, this is for all my scraps, which I keep handy. But then as I'm going, all the scraps for that project, I keep in a little thing like this. This is one from another project. And then this is what I make my clusters, or what I call baby baubles out of. So I just keep those aside. So when I got extra time, then I work on those and put them all together, and then keep them in my stash of things ready and nearby so I can use them as I go on different projects. And it works really, really, really well. One thing I did recognize with at least the 2 different wallpaper samples that I've used so far is that inking on them is a little bit of a challenge. So in this one, I probably won't do that, any inking on the outside covers of these, because it did actually smear, smear a little bit, and got a little bit messy, but we can do that on the inside and it'll be fine. So I probably will have to, so now we've got, and we can choose to do this a couple different ways. We can go like that. Or we can go like this. We can just make all kinds of decisions at some point. So that's what we got right now. And that's all there is to it. To put this together, I am going to ink up some of these on the inside, and then I'm going to hop back on and we can start embellishing. So stand by. Okay, I am back, and I just want to go over real quickly how the steps that I make these, because there's so many elements and so many pages and so many that kind of coordinate with one another. I spend a ton of time figuring out how I'm going to lay this out and what my papers are. So I saved you viewers all a lot of headache by cutting these in advance, and then I'll explain to you what the method to my madness is. So as you remember, this is our hinge in the back. And so I had to think about first, this is my front cover. I changed it up a little bit, and so it comes, I've got it all together here. So this is going to fold out like this. So I like the way that those two coordinate. I think I'll sew those in somehow before and none of these are on the page. I've just paper clipped everything and got it to where I wanted it. I did add some backing to this and had a bunch of extra, so I decided to make it a pocket. So I like the way those two look together. And then when I open it out this way, I liked the way that those worked together. I have not decided what we're going to do when we get to embellishment stage, if we're going to do a pocket here or not. This I think I'm going to leave just like it is, so it's kind of a coloring page. And then this I'm going to sew on. Let me show you what I did. I did do that while you guys were, while I was taking my break, because I didn't really like the way the other pieces looked, and I liked the way the white kind of coordinated with all of these. So I just did a quick collage with some scraps, and then we'll glue or sew that on. I don't know, that might be, yeah, I don't know. I have to look at it when I open it up. So I liked that. And then when I opened up, let's see if I can do this. So this, I liked the way that all of those worked together. And then I liked the way that all of these work together. So one, this is the middle. That's characteristics of plant groups. And then this was that other paper pack or other wallpaper sample. And then just a regular piece of paper from that Papercraft magazine. So I like the way that all of these look now. And this is the back. I just left it real simple because, like I said, there's a chance that I might glue this whole thing to the back. So I just didn't do much to it. But there we have it. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to take some time and figure out what we want to do with our embellishments as far as it goes, so I can take a break and go sew at the sewing machine. Oh, maybe did I forget to show you that one? I did. So this is the last one, which I also love when this flips down. It's got all of the blacks and the whites, and so it looks really nice. And if someone really wanted to, they could color this too if they need some color in their lives. But I'm really happy with it, and I will tell you that that took a long time to actually think through it. So we are going to stop for now. I'm going to come back to part 2 where we're going to embellish all of this, make pockets, and use all of these fun things that I have brought from my stash to embellish and make it beautiful. And then we have all of these scraps left over, and then a whole bunch of fun things from my stash that we'll be experiencing in just a few moments. Even some stickers by Tim Holtz. So stop back for episode 2 of our wallpaper black and white challenge. See you soon.